The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. I'm Sean Malone, bringing you all the action from this Sunday matinee affair from the women's ice hockey team, as the Maryville Saints will look to bounce back following yesterday's loss to McKendree. They'll be playing McKendree again in this game. Bit of a home and home between these two crosstown rivals going on here in this game. Now, last night's game, McKendree came away with the 3-2 victory in the contest. Here's how it went down. McKendree took a 2-goal lead in the first period, and they didn't waste their time with the scoring their first goal just 4 minutes into the game. It was the junior center Cameron Scully putting the puck in the net. Then followed up a few minutes later, they got their second goal of the game. Now, Maryville did add a goal in the second period, but McKendree would get their third goal of the contest in the second period as well. Then on to the third and final period, Maryville could only squander one single goal to come to the final score of 3-2 in that game, handing Maryville their first loss of the season. McKendree, that was their first game on the season as a whole, so they walked away with the victory 1-0. That's now their record heading into this afternoon's contest. The history between these two teams has been a little one-sided towards McKendree so far. They've now won one game in a row. The longest winning streak between these two were 3 games, all of those in favor of McKendree. All in all, McKendree has a 4-1 record against Maryville University. I'm Sean Malone. This is the Lou Fuse Ford pregame show, getting you ready for Maryville University women's ice hockey taking on the McKendree Bearcats. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll bring you the starting lineups for both sides, as we're sitting just about 3 minutes away from puck drop between Maryville and McKendree. You're watching ice hockey on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
That looks
From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
just a dream.
Go back to sleep.
There's power in numbers. Number ones will cook you with that first step.
Your L, sir. Compliments of the chef.
Number 10s, more gold than Midas.
Midas who?
1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
24s will live in your head.
I'm home.
33s put in so many hours they'll be the first to defeat Father Time.
What you got, 33?
Time's up, old man.
Run it back! I said run it back!
50s, ice in their veins. And 87s are so good, they just set up shop in the end zone.
Next!
There's power in numbers. Take yours. Powerade. More power for 0 to 99, more power for me.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. I'm Sean Malone, getting you ready for puck drop between the McKendree Bearcats visiting the Maryville University Saints. Take a look at those starting lineups. The starting forward line for the McKendree Bearcats is going to be Atchison, Scully at center, and Davis on the right wing. The defensive pair is going to be Hoke and Wenzel with Leisk in net for McKendree University. Meanwhile, for the Maryville University Saints, Poisson on the left wing, Johnson in the center position, and St. Louis on the right wing spots. The defensive pair is going to be Gerwitz and Brawley with Duncan in nets. Those are the starting lineups for both Maryville University and McKendree. Looking at a 1:30 puck drop, going to be a little bit behind that at this time, and we'll get going with the national anthem coming up after this puck drop between Maryville University and McKendree on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 25% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online.
I'm tired of chasing you down. I need serenity now. Was it too much to ask for? On the west side, you're my blind side. You've got something to prove, but I got nothing to lose. Here I go, insane, no. When you say no, I go insane, no. I'm going up. Woo! I don't need no other proof. Yeah, I finally found proof. Got that look in my eye, the feeling inside, and I know I'm on the move now. Hey, whoa, I finally found proof.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Moments away from puck drop between the Maryville University Saints and the McKendree University Bearcats. Maryville 1-1 on the season so far. McKendree 1-0. These two teams faced off last night against each other. McKendree coming away with a 3-2 victory. Maryville will be looking to bounce back this afternoon. Maryville sporting their white uniforms, red letters and numbers with the names written underneath the bottom of the numbers. Red shorts as well with the red helmet for Maryville University. Meanwhile, McKendree wearing their purple on purple uniforms, white letters and numbers, names above the numbers on their uniform, and numbers on the sides as well with a white stripe above and below. Also got a bit of a gold trim around those white letters and numbers. It'll be Scully of McKendree versus Johnson of Maryville on the faceoff. And the puck drop is won back by Maryville University. They'll send it up the right boards with Gerwitz. And now it's a loose puck in the neutral zone. Still fight for it. Coming away with it is Atchison for McKendree. Worked into the offensive zone, but it's going to be an offsides. We'll reset here just outside the zone. Neither side getting real clean control so far in the first 13 seconds of this opening period. This time puck won by McKendree. They'll swing it around the defensive pair. Try to lead into the zone is Davis, or rather Scully, but it's a little too far for her, and it goes into the corner. Fight alongside the far side boards, back to the point. Steinstra checks into the contest. She sends one on net, covered up by Duncan, and we'll have a face-off in the defensive zone for Maryville University. First shot of the game for either side. This game has been played entirely in the neutral zone or in the offensive zone for McKendree. That's the zone to our left for the first and third periods. Both teams will get some wholesale changes here. It'll be the second line out there for McKendree. Puck won back by the Bearcats and turned over. Here comes Maryville going the other way. Lead pass to Cooper, taken into the zone. That's Brooks, rather. Brooks to O'Leary. Shot in front, over the net, and wrapped around the back. Kelsall with it. Now behind the net. McKendree, first one on it. Going to body along the far side board, trying to clear away with it. It's O'Brien who picks it up. The lefty trying to feed a two-line pass to her teammate up the boards on our side to Brooks. Brooks gets it deep in the corner. Doesn't have much help as Maryville works a change, but they are able to keep it in the offensive zone. 5 players fighting for the puck along the far side boards, right in front of that McKendree Bearcat bench. Maryville comes away with it, but unable to get a clean look on net as they can't get a shot off. Now fight on the near side boards. Puck in front of the net, taken away. McKendree going the other direction. Now it's poked away. Maryville, good opportunity in front, and it's saved. Leask with a save on the point-blank shot. Great opportunity for Maryville University, and great positioning from Leask as well. That was Stelzer who couldn't convert on that point-blank opportunity, and Maryville will send their first line back out. Face-off. Puck won by McKendree University. They'll look to break out 3-on-2. Pass a little too far for the winger on the left-hand side. That's Davis. Sent back into the defensive zone of Maryville University, and they'll break out. Here comes Poisson up the left side. And a little too far for her. McKendree first one on it. Trying to clear the defensive zone. They will here as they pass it up the boards to Davis. Davis chips it into the zone. Little dump and chase coming out of her net. Behind the net for Maryville. Now it's behind their net. 2 players on each side fighting for the puck. Now it comes free. Sent up the far side boards. Here comes Maryville University breaking out. Poisson once again. Loses it. It's on net. Leask just kind of kicks it aside. The corner, Maryville with it. They'll lose it, but McKendree can't clear. Maryville sends it back in as they wrap it around behind the net on the side closest to us. Poked up along the boards. Maryville there to apply some offensive pressure. It's Oderman, the fourth line center, in there with another Maryville University Saint. One more coming in as well to try to help out. That's Aaron. Now the puck is loose on the far side. McKendree trying to clear it out and will. Here comes Davis with it now for McKendree. And it's poked away from her. Let's see if Maryville can take advantage of a McKendree change. Slap shot blockered away. Steinstra with the block there for McKendree. Here come the Bearcats looking to break out. Puck goes off the ref. McKendree hangs on as they clear the zone. 3-on-2 opportunity. Wraparounds. Shot. And it's saved initially. Still loose in front of the net. No one's gotten rid of it yet. Now it's in for the goal. McKendree University had the better offensive opportunities. You figured this would come if that continued, and it does there. And the goal is going to be called for Jamie Smothers, sophomore forward from Buckner, Missouri. We'll see if they give her any assist on that as well. Time of the goal, 16-9. Left to play in the period. Face-off won by Maryville University, but they give it right back to the purple. McKendree up the near side boards, behind the net. It's actually Cadrain who's getting the call today in net for Maryville University, not Duncan as we were initially told. Up the boards towards us. Maryville having trouble clearing the defensive zone with Brooks. McKendree keeps it in. Behind the net. It's Nab who can't clear. McKendree with an opportunity now. Patience. Gorgrevska sharp. Shot on goal, no. And now it's going to be cleared out from behind the net. McKendree can't keep it in. It's Groot that was unable to do it. And they'll have to work it back into their defensive zone. Heavy forecheck from Maryville University forces a turnover. Now they've got a good opportunity. Shot on net, and it's saved. Leask with another nice save on the wrister from O'Brien. And the score remains 1-0 in favor of McKendree. Face-off in the McKendree defensive zone. Won by Maryville, but no one's able to get it cleanly as it goes all the way out into their own defensive zone. Here's McKendree with it now. They can't pick it up cleanly in the far side corner. Maryville closest to it. They'll look to clear, unable to do so on that first attempt. McKendree keeps it in. Atchison keeps it in for McKendree, but only momentarily as it's cleared out. Maryville will poke it out, and McKendree gets clear. They dump it back in, allowing them to get a change. Poked off the net. Play will stop. 14:37 to go. Opening period. 1-0 McKendree. Shots pretty much even so far. 4-3 favoring McKendree, but it feels like McKendree's had the better opportunities throughout this game. Certainly more game action has been played on the left side of the ice, the offensive side for McKendree through this first period, than on the right side. Top line for Maryville University out there for the face-off against the second line of McKendree. Johnson wins the face-off for Maryville. They'll reverse direction in their own defensive zone. McKendree on it, poked away across the front of the net. Not ideal, but Maryville's able to get it out. Here's a good opportunity for Maryville University. St. Louis, pass to Johnson, poked away, still with Maryville, and they can't get a shot on net. They'll be kicked out of the offensive zone. They'll look to reset. Aaron just dumps it in, and Maryville will get a change. St. Louis applying some pressure. Now McKendree gets it out. They can't get it into the offensive zone, though. Maryville's got a stick on it as they'll take it behind the net. Cooper. Maryville. Cooper across mid-ice, dumps it in. Maryville getting some fresh skaters out there as well. Up the near side boards come McKendree. Get it across mid-ice and into the offensive zone. Opportunity. Cam beats. Shot on goal. No initial save by Cadrin. Still loose as it's up the boards towards us. Now it's Maryville picking it up. Oderman tries to work it across mid-ice but poked away from her. Maryville almost doesn't clear there. There are almost too many men on the ice as well. Behind the net. Cooper first one there from Maryville. McKendree applying pressure. They'll send it to the point. Rister from the wide slot. No. Sent back in by McKendree University. It didn't go out, so they're still cleared, but Maryville will take it out as McKendree takes a change instead. Maryville University unable to cleanly handle the puck in the neutral zone, but hang on, they just took it right back. Brooks, who stepped onto the ice. Puck was sent right her way, but she can't get it into the offensive zone. McKendree up the near side boards, tries to dump it in. It's off the official. Still a fight along that blue line, and it's still in the zone, finally cleared out by Maryville. A lot of neutral zone play here for these last few minutes. 12:15 to play, opening period. 1-0 in favor of McKendree. Far side boards, player for Maryville tripped up, no call from the officials. Lead pass for McKendree too far. Maryville just dumps it back in. They get on sides. Heavy forecheck from Maryville University women's hockey team. Trying to force a turnover, and it looks like they just might here, but McKendree hangs on to it. Up the near side boards. That's Wenzel from the defensive position. Lead pass, poked away, and smothering it is Cadron. With 11:40 to go in the opening period. Score remains 1-0 in favor of McKendree. You can tell for both these teams that this is the third and second game of the season, respectively, for Maryville and McKendree. We haven't seen a lot of in-sync, perfectly in time passes with each other. Been a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone on either side as well. McKendree with it in the offensive end. Sent behind the net. First touched up by Smothers. Back around to the other side. Maryville, first one on it. It's Toole looking to clear. She's unable to do so. Far side corner. Dion's got it for Maryville. Sends it back around. Smothers trying to feed her. No look pass. Now it's Maryville looking to break out. They don't have numbers unless they wait patiently for them to catch up. Great defensive play by Hoke. Took the one-on-one there, put the offensive player for Maryville on the ice, and now it's going to be McKendree breaking out the other way because of that. Leone tries to feed it to the middle. Can't connect. Maryville will clear. Groot with it. Trying to take advantage of Maryville on a wholesale change. Gets it into the offensive zone. Now we'll try to find someone to feed it to. Two Maryville Saints come to poke the puck away. They do. Send it up the near side boards. Kept in play. Puffault able to keep it in for McKendree. Still fighting alongside those boards. And it's finally pushed out by Maryville University. McKendree. Gorgrevska sharp. Wheels. Feeds. Poked away. Maryville's got it. Tries to send it across ice. Now it's taken away from them. McKendree into the offensive zone midway through the opening period. Sent out by Maryville University. McKendree right on it to dump it back in. They get on sides. Wheeling around. Hobbs into the corner. Maryville takes it away as they work it up the near side boards. Gerwitz, the one to clear. She finds her forward on the left wing, Cooper. Now behind the net, Maryville in front, and not an opportunity to get a clean shot on net. Here comes McKendree going the other way. They don't have numbers. Atchison takes it into the corner. Feeds it to the defensive wing. Back on that far side boards. Scully, or excuse me, that was Davis on that right-hand side. There's Scully, passing behind the net to Davis. Back to Scully, no shot on net. Looks like she wasn't 100% ready for that return feed on a little give and go. Kept in by McKendree University. Good opportunity and a great defensive play. Gerwitz, the alternate captain, saving a great opportunity on net. That's what it would have been otherwise for McKendree University. Behind the net, McKendree, poked away by Maryville. Shot on net, and it's saved by Leask. Leask, a couple nice saves throughout this first period so far. Score remains 1-0 in favor of McKendree. They're sitting on it in their own defensive zone. Steinstra works it behind her own net. Taken away from her, but her teammate Dion is there. Front of the net, Maryville's got it. Patient opportunity from Brooks. Works it behind the net now. Brooks wheels it to the corner. Fresh defenseman out there for Maryville University. They're technically playing down. Now that defensive player catches back up. Wrap around to the far side. Wasserman can't keep it in. Maryville will have to get out and reset. They'll use this as an opportunity to get some fresh legs on the ice. Into the zone. Ahrens stops, wheels back around. No look pass, centering feed, and it's just a little too far. Trying to feed Greenfield there from the right wing spot. And it's cleared out. And it's going to be called an icing as well as the foot race is won by Maryville University. 7:29 to go, opening period. Score remains 1-0 McKendree University on that lone goal from Janie Smothers that came just under 4 minutes into the contest at the 3:51 mark. Face off, Maryville University from the center circle, a shot on net, blockered away. Kept in initially by Maryville University, but then sent out by McKendree. They're looking to wheel around and get back in quickly. But Toole just a little too aggressive, didn't have help with her, and got it poked away. Back to the defensive line. Maryville will send it in. Near side wing, behind the net. Wrap back out. And Maryville will settle. Gerwitz off the boards. McKendree on it. They're on sides as well. They center it, but a little too far away from Scully. Here comes Maryville going the other way. It's Poisson. Tries to center it right in front of the net, unable to connect. Just got a little too deep behind the goal. Now here's a good opportunity for Maryville, but what a defensive play by McKendree to tie up those Maryville St. Sticks. McKendree gets it out of the zone, across mid-ice, and dumps it into the Maryville defensive zone. First one on it is Brawley. Haven't called her name much yet this afternoon so far. Johnson dumps it in, and that will allow Maryville to get a change. 4 fresh skaters out for the Saints. Taken away in the offensive zone for Maryville. Shot on net and a glove save on the ice. Leask, another nice save. She's had a number of those throughout this period so far. McKendree takes it away. Maryville keeps it in along that right-hand side. It's Aaron keeping it in play for the Saints. Wraps all the way around to the far side boards. Almost poked out by McKendree. Maryville on it first, though. They work it into the corner with Kelsall. Far side boards kept in by Maryville. 3 McKendree Bearcats trying to fight for it as Maryville gets a change. 5 minutes to go, opening period, 1-0 McKendree as the Bearcats look to break out. Oh, and what a hit there by Flock, planting a McKendree Bearcat on the ice. Out of the zone, Maryville enters cleanly. It's Brooks up the right-hand side into the corner. Brooks centering feed, saved by Leask. Maryville's got it back to the point. Hoke, shot, blockered away. Another blocker save. Leask with a number of big saves throughout this period, especially late in this period. There's a centering feed, another save from Leask as she covers it. The shots throughout most of this contest have been even or favoring McKendree. In the last few minutes, Maryville's gotten some good opportunities. They're now out shooting McKendree 10-6. But Leask has been making some incredible saves in front of the net to keep this at a 1-0 contest. Back out to the point. Maryville. That was a shot. It was either blocked or sent well wide. Wraparound shot, top shelf goal. Stelzer with the goal for Maryville University to knot it up at 1-1. And it comes with 4:16 left to play in the period. It kind of felt like with those shot opportunities they were getting late, yeah, Leask was playing great, but at a certain point, you're going to get a good rebound out in front of the net. Maryville got exactly that, and they made the most of it. See if they can build on it as we're tied up at 1 apiece. 4:16 left to go, opening period. McKendree wins the faceoff. Unable to clear it across mid-ice, though, on multiple tries. Now they finally do. They'll break into the zone. Atchison, first line left winger, shot wide of the net. Poked up the near side by Maryville and out of the zone. Going to be a foot race to the puck, and Maryville is offsides. Maryville won it, but the puck just trickled back into the offensive zone. While Poisson was offside, St. Louis couldn't pull the puck back in time. They'll have a face-off right outside the zone. This period has gotten progressively better for Maryville as they've settled into this game. Face-off again won by McKendree. They'll work it to the far side defenseman. Centering feed off the stick of Atchison and sent back. It'll be an icing against Maryville. .339 to go, opening period. Score tied at 1 apiece, courtesy of the goal from Stelzer from Maryville University to tie us up. Maryville out shooting McKendree throughout this period so far, 11-6. That number has been heavy in their favor over these last couple of minutes of play. Riding the rail on the far side is McKendree's Atchison, and finally Maryville takes it away from her. So Bryan up the boards, trying to feed Brooks, but it's poked back in. Brawley takes it behind the net for Maryville and will clear. Maryville had a good opportunity. It wasn't received cleanly on that pass, though. They'll just dump it into the zone. Misplayed by McKendree behind the net. Centering feed, and unable to get a clean look on net was Maryville. Fed it to O'Leary, but it was just a little too far for her to get the puck flat on the ice. McKendree from behind their own net. Gets it out of the zone. Up the near side boards. Dion tries to beat her defenseman across from her, unable to do so. Nice defensive play from Maryville University with 2.5 to go in the opening period. Fight alongside the near side boards. McKendree will just dump it in. Behind the net, Bearcats fighting for it. It's Smothers trying to center it. Can't do so. Leone just wraps it back around the net the other way. 2:15 to go, opening period. McKendree with Smothers in the far side corner. Help comes in. That's Gorgrevska sharp. Sent back around the boards on the far side. Up the wing, left-hand side, Groot centering feed, and the net is off, so they'll reset. This will allow Maryville to get some fresh skaters out there as well, as will McKendree. 1:55 to play, opening period, 1-1 game. Goals from Smothers for McKendree, and for Maryville, their goal came from Stelzer. McKendree won the face-off, but it splits the defensive pair and will trickle across mid-ice and almost into their defensive zone before it's finally cleared back. Here comes Maryville going the other way. Greenfield into the zone. Stelzer, who has the game's lone goal for Maryville at least, working that far side boards. Poked away from her and out of the zone. Gerwitz just dumps it right back in for Maryville University. 1:23 left to go, opening period. Maryville looking to build on some of that late offensive momentum they've had throughout the final few minutes of this period. McKendree looking to retake a 1-goal lead. Dumped back in, and Maryville will look to get one final change before the period ends. Final minute left in the period. Pass tipped. Here comes Maryville University, but they're offsides. They're going to have to get back onside. 50 seconds to go. McKendree with some room. They'll break out. Into the offensive zone. McKendree can't get it on her backhand. It's Scully that lost it deep. Now Maryville will look to break out with 38 seconds to play. Here comes St. Louis up the right side. And she gets knocked to the ice. in the corner. Maryville's got it. St. Louis lefty shot too high over the net. 24 seconds to go. McKendree breaking out now. Kept by Maryville now, and they'll go back in. Johnson centering feed, a little too high on the saucer pass for St. Louis across the front of the net. She'll center it off her backhand. Johnson just sends one on net. It's blocked, and McKendree will take it. 5 seconds to go. Out of the zone, McKendree. I don't think they're going to get another shot on net here, and they won't. So that's it through one period of play. We are tied up at 1 apiece. McKendree took the lead first off the Smothers goal. Meanwhile, Maryville University tied things up with Stelzer scoring a goal late in the first period. We'll take a break. When we return on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network, we'll have the intermission report. We'll have highlights for you and also preview the upcoming second period. Intermission report brought to you by Hogan Trucking. That's coming up next on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
It's just a dream.
Go back to sleep.
Mi brucia tutto. Non vedo il fondo. Non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto. Basta, mollo, non me la sento.
Non ho fiato e sono lento. Non giocherò mai, zero talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta. Ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita. Male oggi, penso in partita.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
The CCM one-piece boot. The CCM one-piece boot? If I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Arco Construction, the design and build people.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Offensive opportunities and more shots on net, and they got the first goal of the game as well. That goal, Janie Smothers, she got that one just about 4 minutes into the contest. Meanwhile, Maryville University really seemed to be give credit to Leisk, the goaltender for McKendree University. Throughout the first, I guess you would say 15 minutes or so of this period, she was doing a great job standing on her head with some of the saves she was making as well. But like we've talked about before, you keep at it, you apply the offensive pressure consistently, one of those will eventually go through. That happened for Maryville University. Goal scored by Stelzer late in the first period to tie this game up at 1 apiece. It's the Hogan Trucking Intermission Report on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. I'm Sean Malone. The score 1-1. We'll take another break. When we return, we'll talk about keys to the second period for both Maryville and McKendree University. That's coming up next on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Frederick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Charles, wherever you live, Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know, Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
The CCM one-piece boot. The CCM one-piece boot, if I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
Maryville University Hockey Center. I'm Jack Harris. I'm a sophomore forward.
I'm Jim Hunter, and I'm a freshman defense. And let's go check out the doghouse. Let's go take a look at our state-of-the-art locker room.
This is the coaches area along with our training room.
This is the media room.
Coaches do pre-game and post-game interviews in here, and as well we do sometimes do team meetings in here.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Hogan Trucking, comprehensive transportation, straightforward solutions.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Maryville University, McKendree Bearcats tied up at 1 apiece. McKendree back out on the ice, and Still waiting for Maryville to return to the ice themselves. Through one period of play, a goal came from Janie Smothers of the McKendree Bearcats. That was the first goal that was scored 3 minutes and 51 seconds into the contest on a rebound. Then Maryville University was able to tie the game up with a rebound goal themselves. That came 15 minutes and 44 seconds into the period off the stick of Stelzer right in front of the McKendree Bearcats net to beat Leask, their goaltender, who's played very good throughout this game so far through one period of action. Maryville Saints back out on the ice as we take a look at some keys to the second period here. I want to see Maryville maintain that high offensive pressure that they had as the period went on, but a lot of that has to do with puck control. The passes weren't exactly clean throughout the first period for either sides, but Maryville certainly cleaned things up quite a bit as that first period went on. If Maryville wants to get another goal and come away with the victory in this contest, I think they're going to have to do that. Meanwhile, McKendree University, if they're going to come away with a victory, I think they need to get back to what they were doing in the first period, taking advantage of Maryville turnovers. A few times Maryville turned it over deep in their own zone, and it gave McKendree some great opportunities to jump on the puck right down low in front of the net. Look for McKendree to try to utilize that again throughout this second period. McKendree won the faceoff. Maryville takes it back, tries to send it deep. Kept in play by McKendree University, and it'll squirt across the blue line into the defensive zone of Maryville University. McKendree not able to jump on it cleanly as it gets tipped out of play, and we'll get a faceoff right in front of that McKendree bench. Long changes in the second period for both sides as they switch sides. McKendree attacking the zone to our right. Long defensive changes, I should say. Steinstra feeds Davis along the right side. Davis for McKendree, deep into the corner. Gets bodied behind the net. Now the puck poked away. Scully has it, sends it up the boards, back to her. Scully almost loses it in front of the net. Or excuse me, that's Johnson. Gerwitz gets it out as a couple Maryville Saints will get a change. Here comes Scully for McKendree up the near side boards. Scully gets pushed into the corner. Atchison picks it up for McKendree. Tries to reverse, but taken away. O'Brien will wheel it behind the net. Off the boards, and Maryville is able to finally clear. Here comes Brooks breaking out for the Saints. Brooks a little wide of the net to the right. Poked back to Brooks behind the net from O'Brien. Feed to the center, but taken away. McKendree University will break out. And it'll be called icing. And we'll go all the way back to our left-hand side, where Maryville University will be shooting throughout this second period. 18:35 to play, second period. No shots on goal for either side throughout this period so far. They favored Maryville University 12-7 at the end of one. That wasn't the case throughout most of the first period, though. A lot of those dozen shots for Maryville University came late in that first period, particularly in the final 10 minutes. Kelsall keeps it in at the point as it's sent back into the corner by Maryville University. First one on it, Atchison for McKendree. We got two Saints trying to poke it away from her. Her teammate, Dion, the center on the second line for McKendree, comes in to provide some help. McKendree is able to clear it out. They feed it to Atchison. Atchison working one-on-one. Atchison tries to go five-hole on the defender, but there to jump on it is Cadrain for Maryville University. Maryville will get a change here. McKendree keeping their line out there. It's their third line. Maryville sends out their third line as well, including Stelzer, who has the Saints' lone goal throughout this game. Maryville clears the zone defensively, but taken back in the neutral zone by McKendree as they break in. Gorgevsha sharp. Maryville clears. And taken back in by McKendree. Wing-to-wing pass. Hobbs has it, off her stick into the corner. Kane beats. Back out to the corner. Maryville trying to clear it, they will. McKendree will be the first one on it. Pufflat sends it in. No icing. Maryville will try to clear it out, but it's kept in by McKendree. Would have been a good opportunity if it could have been handled cleanly by Atchison on the turnover. Maryville loses it along the boards, does finally clear it out. And icing will be called. They'll reset in the circle on the right-hand side. Just over 3 minutes into the second period. McKendree leading this period in shots so far, 2-0 in a 1-1 competition. Next time these two teams are in action will be in the month of October. Maryville University is at home taking on Linwood on October the 9th with a 7:15 puck drop. Meanwhile, McKendree University will be at Maryville again for their next game, so they'll be right here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. That'll be on October the 12th with a 5 o'clock puck drop. Maryville University loses it in the neutral zone to McKendree. Trying to feed on a change, but a little too far. McKendree missed a golden opportunity there. Scully's able to take it back. Now it's poked away from her. Maryville Saint down on the ice, doing the best she can to play some defense and poke the puck away from McKendree. McKendree with it. Smothers in the corner. And she'll be bodied by a Maryville Saint. Cleared out to the far side, but kept in by McKendree. As it's a fight in the corner for the puck. Maryville, it's Gerwitz to send it up the boards, and it's cleared by the Saints. Now they'll look to apply some pressure in the offensive zone, something we haven't seen a lot of from Maryville in the second period, despite good offense at the end of the first period. Smothers for McKendree, out of the zone, 3-on-2 for the purple, gold, and white. And a shot on net goes wide right. In the corner, a fight for the puck. Brawley in there for Maryville University. And it will be Maryville who comes away with it, but it's taken back. Steinstra, shot on net is wide right. Loose puck in front. Who's going to get it? It gets cleared out. Great defensive play by Maryville University. Play is stopped. They're going to say the net is off. So it'll be a face-off in the offensive zone for McKendree University, but that was as good an opportunity as it's going to get for McKendree. Hats off to the Maryville Saints defense. And the forwards, too. The forwards were even getting dirty on that one, trying to prevent that puck from being poked in. It was sitting right in front of a wide-open net. Gorgrevska sharp for McKendree to do the face-off. But not so fast. She'll get warned here. I thought she was going to get tossed for a second from the face-off. She wins the face-off, back to Steinstra. Steinstra keeps it in for McKendree University despite heavy pressure from Maryville. Behind the nets, centered, and another golden opportunity for McKendree, wasted by the defense of Maryville University. Great defensive play by Aaron to tie up the stick of the McKendree Bearcat, who was all alone in front of a wide-open net. Gorgrevska sharp into the corner. Now it's taken away by McKendree. O'Brien's got it, but poked away from her. Kelsall trying to clear the zone, unable to do so. On her second attempt, she finally does. Back into the zone. McKendree with Gorgrevska sharp. Just dumps it into the corner. Both sides trying to get clean control in that corner of the puck. As finally Maryville comes out with it. They'll look to break out here with some momentum. 4-on-3 opportunity for the Saints, and they'll dump and chase. Kept in the corner by Maryville. O'Brien splits a pair of defenders, tries to feed it back to the point, but McKendree's there to take it away. They'll work up the near side wing. Atchison's got it on her stick. Atchison wheels behind the nets. Fresh legs come for McKendree, centering feed, and it's covered. Another good save for Maryville University. We get a face-off in the defensive zone for the Saints. Maryville looking to avenge a 3-2 loss yesterday to these McKendree Bearcats. As we got whistles blown, could we be seeing the first penalty of the contest? It's been a relatively clean game so far. You can't really point to any one thing and say, yes, this is what happened that should have been called. And we do have the first penalty of the game. Oh, and it's going to be a tough one as well. It's going to go on their alternate captain, Emma Gerwitz. Comes with 13:37 left to go in the second period. McKendree on a power play. They've had some good opportunities throughout this second period as well. Groot gets it flat on her stick. Feeds it to her right for Davis. Davis back to Groot. From the point, blocked in front by Maryville University. The Saints with a box defense. Now they'll rotate a little bit. Wing side pass poked away by Maryville University. It's into the corner. Scully there for McKendree. She'll feed it back to the point. Groot has it, and she'll drop it off for Scully. Scully to Davis. Point right-hand side. From behind the net, centering feed. Blocked away. I don't think McKendree's gotten a clean shot on net throughout this power play so far. Dion, centering feed. Maryville can't clear it. It's kept in by Groot. Groot with the lefty stick. Hands it off. Shot blocked, loose out in front, and a nice glove save. Cadrin with another nice save for Maryville University with 12:34 to play. .58 seconds left to go in the penalty kill for the Maryville Saints. As they'll just sit on it in the corner to try to eat up as much of that clock as they can, and there's a clear. First clear of the penalty kill for Maryville. They did a good job keeping things on the perimeter throughout the penalty kill so far, not allowing good shots on net, but that's the first clear they've gotten thus far. McKendree onsides ever so barely, but on a Maryville stick, and they'll clear once again. 30 seconds to go in the power play for McKendree University. Maryville with some offensive pressure, and they'll force a turnover. O'Brien's got it in the offensive zone. That'll really kill some clock. Now there's 15 seconds left to go in the power play. 10 seconds to go. McKendree will work it across mid-ice. And it's poked away. Maryville couldn't pick up the loose puck in the neutral zone cleanly, and it's just dumped in by McKendree in the final seconds of the power play. So the penalty is killed by Maryville University. This score remains at 1 apiece. Pass to the point, wide, and it'll go all the way into the defensive zone for McKendree, where they'll pick it back up. Maryville finds the puck in the neutral zone as they work it across center ice. It's Gerwitz, who just came out of that penalty box. Feeds it to St. Louis and poked out of play into the bench of the Maryville Saints. That'll set up a face-off in the offensive zone to our left with 11:09 left to go in the second period. Shots now favoring McKendree once again, 14-12. Keep in mind, it was 12-7 at the end of the first period. Maryville's being outshot in this period so far, 7-0. Saying the offense has been hard to come by for Maryville in this period would be an understatement. It's been non-existent when you don't have a single shot on net. 11 minutes to go in the second period. McKendree in their own defensive zone, looking to clear. Maryville looking to build on that momentum off the penalty kill. Deep in the zone, St. Louis trying to work at center. There's the first shot on net, and it's blocked away by Leisk. Here comes McKendree, working up the right-hand side. Atchison into the corner. Tries to center it, unable to connect with a teammate as it's poked away by Maryville. Maryville tries to clear up the near side boards, can't. Steinstra keeps it in for McKendree. In the corner, Atchison. Drop pass to Scully, finds Davis. Maryville all over defensively in the zone here. Good defense being played by Johnson. Blocked by Maryville University on a wrister from the point. Into the corner, McKendree to the opposite defensive point. Steinstra, another block from Maryville University. Blocked that time by Poisson. Another block from Maryville University, but McKendree back on it. They'll have to wheel out to the perimeter. There's a long shift for both sides here, and that'll stop as it's gloved. Good defense has been played in this period so far by Maryville, especially on that penalty kill. They're going to need more offense if they want to come back in this one. They've still got it listed as 12 shots on goal for Maryville. They've gotten at least one shot on goal on that backhand, but it wasn't a great opportunity. It was one of those you're just kind of hoping to throw that backhander on net and get a rebound for one of your teammates crashing the net. And play is stopped right after the faceoff. So we'll do it all again. Dion in the center circle against O'Brien, both teams second line centers. And poked out of bounds into the McKendree bench. We'll reset with 9:36 to go, second period. Score remains 1-1. Maryville wins the faceoff. Can they clear? They will. Poked ahead. Trying to feed O'Leary, can't connect with her. Maryville gets it back and gets it in. Brooks, drop pass, just a little too wide, trying to find O'Brien. Kept in by the Maryville defensive line. Brooks in the corner to O'Brien, centering feed, no one's there. McKendree will break out now. They're at a disadvantage, 2-on-3. Dion knows it, she just dumps it in, gets her team a change. Now it'll be Maryville University, seeing if they can take advantage of this change. They can't. Steinstra pokes it away, sends it right back in. Hobbs behind the net for McKendree. Wheels around the perimeter far side and dumps it back into the corner. Korgrevska sharp, fighting for it. Maryville pokes it away. They'll break out. It's O'Leary with the takeaway. Now she's working up the middle, and we'll just dump it in, and it'll be covered. Face-off coming, offensive zone for Maryville University. Again, still searching for more consistent offense throughout this second period, as the shots on goal we saw late in the first period have not appeared in the second thus far. That shot wide by Brawley. Up the boards, or up the middle rather, comes McKendree, but nice defensive play by Gerwitz. Played the body perfectly, gave McKendree nowhere to go, and took it away. Here's Groot for McKendree, tiptoeing her own blue line, dumps it across and in. Maryville in the corner, first one on it. They'll look to dump it out, but they can't clear. Once again, it's Groot keeping it in. Centering feed, shot blocked away by Maryville University. It's Gerwitz on the block once again, I believe. Centering feed, poked away. And now it's finally cleared by Maryville. Foot race for the puck as pressure is being applied by Stelzer. Stelzer centers it, but no one's there for Maryville. Maryville gets it back, however. Feed to Stelzer, just a little behind her. Would have had a great chance for her second goal of the game, potentially. Cleared all the way out by Maryville, so it will not be an icing here. Just a miscommunication, sending it up the far side boards. Maryville breaks back out as McKendree gets some fresh skaters on. Dumped into the zone by Kelsall, but going back the other way is McKendree. Smothers. Drop pass dumped in by Leon. Maryville clanks it off of Leon, and McKendree gets it back. It's Dion who takes it behind the nets. They'll work it up the boards to the point. Hoke to Dion. Down low. Pass wide of Smothers. It goes to the opposite corner and works its way up to the point. Slap shot from the point. Goes wide. Wenzel missing on that one. Kept in by McKendree on the near side, but now Maryville will clear it out. And they'll dump it right back in. McKendree feeds a pass right in front of their bench. Maryville comes in and takes it away, but they're offsides. I think the player from Maryville who's coming off, Oderman, didn't realize her team got the puck back. She was just skating to her bench to get a change. I don't think she realized that it was a turnover and that she was offsides. Had she realized that, I think she would have drifted to her right, gotten back onside for the change. Dumped in, and McKendree will cover up. 6:14 to go, second period. No goals in this period so far. They've still got it listed as shots favoring McKendree University at 16-12. Rister from the point, poked away by McKendree University. Behind the net, St. Louis reverses, feeds up the near side boards, and it'll be out. Nab was the closest one there for Maryville University. She'll play both ways, and it'll actually be off of McKendree, so it will be an icing. Offensive face-off coming for Maryville University with 6:12 to go in the opening period. The officials trying to decide which circle it'll be from. It'll be the one on the far side. First line out there for Maryville University. Good opportunity. They'll feed it to the points. Nab off her stick, and it clears. McKendree looking to take the puck in the neutral zone, work right or left to right rather, unable to do so. Maryville, St. Louis working that far side boards, gets it out of her defensive zone, but it gets dumped right back in. Out of her net comes Cadrin to play the puck around the boards. McKendree keeps it in as Maryville trying to get a change. But keep in mind, it's that long defensive change here in the second period, so they were playing down for just a moment. Maryville breaks in, 3-on-2. Pass near side, Pussin a little behind her, but she gets it back, sends it behind the net. Now up top to the point for Brawley. Brawley feeds Gerwitz. Gerwitz back behind the net to St. Louis. O'Brien is there. Second line center playing with the first line wingers for Maryville University. Centering feed is a little wide. Trying to feed Brooks there, who got in on a change. In the corner, and McKendree will sky it. Batted back in play by Maryville University. They'll touch first, though. That's a hand pass. So it will come out of the offensive zone. Not much could have been done there. If you're Maryville, you either touch it or just let it go. McKendree would have had no problem just waiting for that puck to dribble on by until you touch it anyway. Puck to drop. Face-off circle to our left, just outside of the offensive zone for Maryville. They've got their full second line out there as O'Leary tries to take it in. She can't do so. Puck to the far side boards. Off the boards, kept in by Maryville University, but only momentarily as it's finally taken out by McKendree. Davis has it, working the right side. Davis into enemy territory, into the corner, and will work it behind the net where it's taken away from her by Maryville. They try to clear, but it's kept in by Groot. Feed, shot, and save. Cadrin once again with the nice save. She's had a couple of those throughout this second period thus far. Shot from the point, kicked offside, and a nice save. Covered up. Cadrin has been playing beautifully here in the second period so far. Certainly keeping this a tie game at 1-1 with those saves that she's made in these last few minutes. 4:19 to go, second period. Goals still tied up at 1 apiece as the offense has been minimal throughout this period so far. Neither side getting a ton of shots on it. It has been favoring McKendree, though. According to the scoreboard, at least, the official scoring, they're out shooting Maryville in this period 11-1. I've got Maryville with a few more shots on goal than that, but that's my unofficial count. Even if you add those few shots from Maryville, though, it doesn't change the way the second period has gone. The better offensive opportunities have come for McKendree. Maryville keeps it in, as they'll get a change as well with their bench right in front of the offensive zone. Along the boards, kept in by Maryville. McKendree having trouble clearing here. Now they finally will as Hoke gets it out. Dumped in. Maryville will take it out from behind their own nets. Try to dump it out of the zone. Almost kept in by McKendree University. Instead, Maryville almost had a 2-on-1. Lead pass a little too far. Drop pass. St. Louis tries to take it into the zone. Poked out of bounds. And we'll get a face-off right in front of the Maryville bench. 3:01 left to go, second period. Dumped in by Maryville. But McKendree, first one on it with time. They wrap it around the boards to the far side. Dion on it. Excuse me, that's Scully rather. Maryville keeps it in play. St. Louis has it far side corner. Shot on net from along that back line. And it's going to be knocked down and saved. Leask hasn't been asked to do much in the second period compared to the first period, but she's played very well herself. Both sides will get fresh skaters on with 2:37 left to go, second period. Maryville University wins the faceoff back to the point. They'll send it into the corner. O'Leary trying to get there for Maryville. She can't as it's wrapped around by McKendree. Squirts out to center ice. Around the back of the net. Brooks, shot and goal! Wasn't sure if that was Brooks or O'Leary who got it in, and it's O'Leary on the deflection from Brooks. That'll give the Maryville Saints a 2-1 lead with 2:21 left to play in the period. And what a goal to come there for Maryville University. As I was saying a couple of times, it really was favoring McKendree University the way the offense had gone throughout that period. But right there, the stats that will matter at the end of the night, the goals up on the scoreboard, they're favoring Maryville. Here's another good opportunity for that second line. O'Brien, and it's poked away from behind. Steinstra, a nice job for McKendree to catch up and make the play. Maryville takes it out from behind their own net. O'Leary, this second line looking good here in the final few minutes. 1:46 to go in the second period. Maryville up the near side boards. O'Leary just dumps it in while they'll get a change. 1:39 left to go. St. Louis is already out there for Maryville University as the rest of her top line mates join her in Puesson and Johnson. Dumped all the way down. It's going to be icing, so with 1:28 left to go, Maryville's got their top line out there already. They're going to get a face-off deep in enemy territory against McKendree. And these McKendree players, a lot of them hunched over. You can tell they're a little bit more as the trainer is going to come out now, Becky Rossler from Maryville University, to make sure she's all right. 1:02 left to play, second period. They're checking her out right now. She was down for a bit. Not sure if she was just kind of shaken up, trying to get a call, or if she actually is hurt here. From my perspective up here in the booth, it does appear like she's certainly in some form of pain. At this point, you wouldn't think she's trying to just sell it for a call, but the no call honestly surprised me. I thought that was going to be an easy call for a penalty against Maryville, and the officials are going to come over to the Maryville bench now. They may give them a penalty. Having a quick word with Tommy Lange, second-year head coach. Now the goalie is up. Least for McKendree. A rare alternate captain goaltender. You almost never see goaltenders in hockey given a C or an A on their chest. She's got it. And if her play today is any indication, she certainly earned it. She's a very good goaltender. She's looked good. And now they're going to tell Maryville to come back out onto the ice. And I don't think they're going to be sending anyone to the box. They're not, so that's a lucky break for Maryville University. Usually in those instances, they'll call it pretty much every time when a goaltender goes down in a heap like that. Here comes McKendree looking to break out, down by a goal with under a minute left to play. Taking it into the zone is Atchison. Keep in mind, both teams able to get their top lines out there and give them an extra breather as well. Far side, slap shot from the point, and it's scored! McKendree University with 41.9 seconds to go will tie this up at 2 apiece. I think that might have been Wenzel who got that goal from the point. It was Wenzel. She ties this game up at 2 apiece. Just 40 seconds left to play. McKendree University centering feed. Atchison takes it into the zone, working left to right. Down low, McKendree with it. They're going to get an opportunity here as a player for Maryville goes down, shot wide left. Behind the net, Scully fighting for it, centering feed. Atchison can't get a stick on it. Here comes Maryville breaking out the other way. 12 seconds left to go. They'll have one opportunity here if they can handle the puck cleanly. Poked away. St. Louis has it. 6 seconds to go in the neutral zone. Poked away from her. Maryville in the neutral zone. No one can get it cleanly, and that will do it for the end of the second period. So through 2 periods of play, Maryville University was able to take a lead, but McKendree took it right back with both sides scoring their first goals in the second period in the final 4 minutes of action. The one for McKendree coming in the final 42 seconds of play. We'll take a break. When we return, it's the intermission reports. We will go over the scoring from the first and the second period throughout this game so far, and we'll also talk keys to the third and final period. Intermission report brought to you by Hogan Trucking. We'll take a break. You're watching the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. The score 2-2, Maryville McKendree.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
Just a dream.
Go back to sleep.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
Mi brucia tutto, non vedo il fondo, non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto. Basta, mollo, non me la sento.
Non ho fiato e sono lento. Non giocherò mai, zero talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta. Ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita. Male oggi, penso in partita.
The CCM one-piece boot. The CCM one-piece boot, if I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Hogan Trucking, comprehensive transportation, straightforward solutions.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. 2 periods of play through. 1 period left to come still in a couple of minutes here. And it's a 2-2 game between Maryville and McKendree University. Second period, a little different from the first period. The offense wasn't really there for both sides early on. Then it was McKendree University who started to look better and better as that period went along. For a stretch, Maryville University could barely get a shot on net. But McKendree University Maryville was able to find the back of the net on a goal from their forward O'Leary on the second line, courtesy of an assist from her fellow winger in Brooks to give Maryville University a 2-1 lead. Then, late in the second period, with under a minute left to go, McKendree University would score to tie this one up at 2 apiece. Their goal would come from their defensive line, and Wenzel from the far side defensive point. So, Maryville University, McKendree, both tied at 2 goals apiece heading into this final period. Really interesting second period, again, with the shooting, how it went. Maryville really couldn't get much going offensively throughout that period and did, in fact, at one point find themselves down on the penalty kill, but the defense did look good in spite of that goal they allowed for Maryville University throughout that second period, in particular, the penalty kill, giving almost no good chances on net to McKendree University. You're watching the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. I'm Sean Malone. Third period action coming up in a little bit here. We'll go over the keys to the third and final period when we return after this on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Frederick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
The CCM one-piece boot. The CCM one-piece boot, if I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
For two.
want to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an abstract marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students. As we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Aero Charter, your private plane experts in St. Louis.
Welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network as we get ready for the third period here, which will be getting ready momentarily to start. I'm going to take a look at some keys for both these sides. For Maryville University, they got to find that offensive pressure they had late in the first period. They didn't have it consistently throughout that second period. They did get that nice goal, but they're going to need more consistent offensive pressure if they wish to come back in this contest. Meanwhile, for McKendree University, for the final minute, they played with a different fire that I hadn't seen throughout the first almost two full periods of play throughout the first and the second. I'm going to look for them to bring that again here in the third period. I think that's where McKendree University needs to go. It seemed like after their goaltender, Leask, took that big hit from Plussin, that it really set something up for McKendree University that we hadn't seen through the first period of action and most of the second period of action. A new life was in them. So I'm going to look to see if they can bring that out here for the third period as that's getting started now. Face-off won by McKendree University, but Maryville gets it on the boards towards us as Gerwitz dumps it in. St. Louis pressuring in the corner. Wheeled around by Groot. Centering feed. No one able to get it from Maryville. They'll dump it all the way down, and it will be an icing on McKendree University. Just 41 seconds, or 21 rather, into period number 2, or 3 rather. Maryville with an offensive face-off, as they'll be back on our right-hand side. Face-off won back by Johnson to Gerwitz. Gerwitz, wrister on net, and nice glove save by Leask. Leask, good to see her back in the game period, but still looking sharp as she has through the first 2 periods of play. Up the boards, Davis. Centering feed and wide right as the net is off. Atchison had a great opportunity, just could not get enough stick on the puck to cleanly send it straighter on towards net. A great feed from the captain, junior forward Juliana Davis. Along the far side. McKendree turns it back over to Maryville at center ice. Now it'll be tipped as it's dumped down, so no icing. McKendree will just wrap it around the boards as Maryville gets a change. Davis to Scully, taken away as it's dumped in by Maryville University second line center O'Brien. O'Leary will dump it into the corner and chase it down herself. Tries a wraparound feed to Brooks, connects with her. Brooks from behind the net. Off the boards, Aaron dumps it back down deep. O'Brien to O'Leary. O'Leary feeds it back to O'Brien. And O'Brien tries a backhander up the boards to the point. Taken away by McKendree. Still trying to clear here. They'll send it back behind their net. This is still that same offensive possession and do finally clear it out. And whistle stops play. I think they're going to say that puck was out of play. And they will. We'll reset at center ice. Maryville gets their fourth line out there against the second line for McKendree. Something to keep in mind as this game goes on, this is a deeper Maryville squad compared to McKendree. Maryville sports 4 forward lines, 3 defensive lines. McKendree only goes 3 forward lines deep and 2 defensive lines deep. Now they do have a 10th forward who will play in Cobb and a 5th defenseman in Steinstra, whose name we've called a couple of times. But this is a far deeper Maryville University squad. We'll see after back-to-back games against each other if we might see some tired legs from McKendree, at least compared to Maryville. Dumped back in by McKendree, off of Gorgrevska Sharp, and that'll stop play on an offsides. Maryville University face off just outside their defensive zone. Still loose. And finally it's McKendree to dump it in. They do on net. Oh my goodness, and it goes 5-hole on Cadrain. She had a great second period. It was just nonchalantly knocked into the zone. Should have been an easy stop, and instead it goes through for a goal. Cam Beats will be credited the goal for McKendree University. That gives them a 3-1 lead. Oh, what a break if you're McKendree University. And what a tough moment for Maryville University. Cadrain in particular, who's been playing outstanding throughout this contest up till this point. Goal comes 2 minutes, 38 seconds into the period. Up the left side boards, the puck goes into the McKendree defensive zone. Maryville pressuring. They've got the numbers behind the net as well, fighting for the puck. 3 players compared to 2 McKendree Bearcats. However, McKendree will be able to clear the zone. Gerwitz has it. Wheel sends it to Brawley. Brawley dumps it back in. It's the first line that's out there for Maryville University. Ooh, and a collision at center ice. Sees Maryville come up with the puck, and then a Maryville Saint got tripped. Officials just letting them play here. Either one could have been called. The second one was certainly more oblivious, or more obvious, I should say, of a penalty. And that one wasn't called by the officials. And head coach Tommy Lange of Maryville University all the way on the edge of his bench. I think he wants a word with the officials on how that's not called a tripping penalty. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation as well. That is textbook tripping right there. I don't know how the officials missed that one. And you could have called Maryville certainly for that hit in the neutral zone as well. So things could have been called both ways, but all game the officials have just been letting them play. Out of the defensive zone. Now great opportunity, McKendree on a takeaway. Atchison, and a beautiful save by Cadrain. Gerwitz behind her own net, tries to clear. It's kept in by McKendree. Groot has it along the boards, left-hand side, and it's poked away. Maryville can't clear initially, now will. Out to O'Leary, one-on-one. O'Leary trying to wheel around her defender, can't do so. Takes it behind the net, tries a centering feed, poked away from her and into the corner. Maryville's got it back. Again, it's O'Leary, and can't get a clean look on net. Kept in play by Ahrens. Ahrens down low, and shot is wide. Goes across the front of the net to the far side corner. along the boards. Groot picks it up in her own defensive zone and will dump it, trying to feed it ahead to Davis up the left-hand side. Maryville will instead pick it up in their defensive zone while McKendree gets a change. Maryville with some fresh skaters out there as well. Oh, and almost a golden opportunity for McKendree. It was taken away in the neutral zone, but then Dion collided with her own teammate, who's currently still down on the ice. It's Smothers, her winger, that she collided with. Smothers was trying to get out of the zone to avoid being offsides. Now the puck out of play. The officials having a conversation about something. No setup with a face-off right outside the offensive zone for Maryville University. The Maryville University men's hockey teams, their players here to our left, starting a Let's Go Saints chant briefly before the puck drop. 15-10 to go. Third period, 3-2 lead, McKendree over Maryville. And whistle's blown as McKendree's offsides. Face-off coming on the far side circle. Official wants the left winger of Maryville, right winger of McKendree to back up a little bit prior to the face-off. They do. Face-off one, back by McKendree. They take it into their own defensive zone. Davis has it, feeds it to Atchison. Back to Davis. Drop pass. Scully couldn't get a stick on it. Here comes Maryville breaking out the other way. It's their top line. St. Louis trying to feed Poisson, can't do so. St. Louis gets it back. She wheels back around, centering feed. Poisson, little too high. Good opportunity in front of the net, couldn't make the most of it. Here's another one, and the net's off. That's some offensive pressure that we haven't really seen on a consistent basis since the first period from Maryville University. However, they still find themselves on the wrong end of the scoreboard. They trail 3-2, courtesy of a goal from Cam Beats, where she was just dumping it into the zone, and it just squeezed underneath the stick of Cadrain. And now the McKendree coach, Derek Pillardi, in his 5th season, he wants to have a word with the officials about something. A long conversation going on over there. And they're going to put two McKendree Bearcats back out onto the ice following the icing call. Puck drop, face-off won by Maryville University. Gerwitz on net, and it's kicked aside by Leask. Here comes McKendree, and a nice hit along the boards. The player is down for McKendree, though. That one you actually could have argued for boarding potentially. No call. And now up the ice. Player still down for McKendree. That one potentially could have been called boarding. As the player gets up, it's Davis for McKendree. She'll skate off, being helped by her fellow first linemen, Atchison and Scully. And again, the officials have been letting players play throughout this game. And I think they are going to let them play here as well. I don't believe there's going to be a call of a penalty here. Nope, still 5-on-5 hockey. We'll have a face-off at center ice. Second line out there for Maryville University as O'Brien pokes it to the right-hand side, trying to connect with Brooks, can't do so. Brooks takes it across mid-ice and has her stick knocked away from her. Brooks retrieves her stick while her centerman, O'Brien, just dumps it across mid-ice. as Maryville will chase. McKendree from behind the net, works it up the near side boards. Gerwitz keeps it in. Gerwitz, that righty wrister, trying to send it on net, blocked away by a McKendree University Bearcat, and a nice save by Leisk to prevent a second shot opportunity. That's what Maryville was hoping for. Both sides will get some wholesale changes. As Maryville will get their fourth line out into the game with 13:38 left to go in the third period. Score remains 3-2 in favor of their fourth line out into the game with 13:38 left to go in the third period. Score remains 3-2 in favor of McKendree. McKendree wraps it around behind their own net. Smothers tries to feed it on a centering feed to her teammate in her own defensive zone. It goes a little wide, but finds another one in Leone. Leone to Dion, a little too far out in front of her. Dion gets it in the corner, tries to poke it up to the defensive line, and it gets away from McKendree. Here comes Maryville with an opportunity now, 3-on-2. Cooper taken away from her, and it'll make its way out of the zone. Arend trying to keep it away from a pair of McKendree Bearcats as help comes in from the likes of Stelzer. Stelzer had the first goal of the game for Maryville University. Now the puck comes free. St. Louis has it. She'll just dump it into the zone on net. Poisson chasing it into the corner, gets it from behind the net, but can't handle cleanly. Now back out as it reverses to the far side off McKendree. They'll clear the zone, or will they? No, it's still clean. Johnson's got it as she takes it into the corner. Johnson, wrap around, opportunity in front, and another save by Leisk as she covers. Leisk has done a good job throughout this third period of not allowing second shot opportunities. Keeping her shoulders forward so it keeps it in front of her so she can cover it up. Score remains 3-2, 12:20 left to go. Face off in the McKendree defensive zone in the far circle. Wrapped around behind the boards to Davis of McKendree. McKendree can't clear. Here's Maryville with an opportunity. Gerwitz sends it on net. Kicked down at the feet of Groot for McKendree. Another opportunity on net and saved by Leisk. McKendree picks up the rebound. They work it out of the zone. Davis dumps it in. Nice to see her back into the game after she took a tough hit along the boards. That same spot is where Scully gets it. Scully to Davis. Centering feed and another save. Cadrain with the save once again. McKendree still has it in the zone. Poked aside. Now here comes Gerwitz as Maryville will break out. Gerwitz feeds it up to Poisson. Behind the net, McKendree. Looking to clear. They can't. Kept in by Johnson. And Johnson will just wrap it back around the boards. Up the far side boards. Nab keeps it in. Poked out towards center along the blue line. McKendree gets it out, looking to take it into the offensive zone for them. Hobbs poked away from her. Cambeats has it. Shot on net, saved. McKendree still in control. Hobbs back to the point for Wenzel. She has a goal herself back in the second period. Wenzel fighting for it and taken away from her. Maryville on the wrong end of a 2-on-1 as St. Louis takes it in, and it's poked away from her. There goes McKendree up the far side, and they'll just dump it in once they get across mid-ice. Maryville will slap it back out of the zone. No, it's kept in. I thought that was out. Wenzel, nice job keeping that from crossing the blue line fully. Kelsall taken away from her behind her own net. McKendree can't get a shot out of it. Wenzel will dump it back in, but McKendree will have to get back on sides. That'll buy Maryville some time to get settled. Kensall dumps it up the near side boards, goes past her teammates in Greenfield and all the way down. No icing. McKendree picks it up. Tries to clear it, can't. Maryville's got it. Deep in enemy territory. Greenfield centering feed, covered by Leisk, and that'll stop play with 9:43 left to go. The score stands right now at 3-2. That was the final score yesterday when McKendree beat Maryville for their first game of the season, Maryville's second game of the season. You know, Maryville's looking to avoid falling 3-2 in back-to-back games against their rival, the McKendree Bearcats. Behind the net, Groot. Turnover, Maryville's got it back. Centering feed, goes past everyone as Brooks can't get a hold of it. Wrapped around behind the back of the nets. McKendree, Groot, sends it forward. It's Leone with it. Leone working one-on-one, and a nice defensive play by Gerwitz. Poked it away from Leone and prevented her from getting a good look on net. 9:11 left to go, third period. Maryville's Gerwitz tries to feed O'Leary, a little too far. They're going to say it's tipped, no icing. Didn't even make it all the way anyway. There's a feed taken away by Maryville. Shot and blocked away. O'Brien had a great opportunity, but the lefty couldn't convert. O'Brien gets it back, sends it to the point. Gerwitz with it. Rister behind the back of the net, centering feed, and it's McKendree that gets there first. Here's Gerwitz once again on a one-timer off the boards. No. Dumped all the way down. This one should be an icing. It is. With 8:34 left to go in the third period, play will stop. They'll send the McKendree Bearcats back out onto the ice. Maryville certainly looked better through the first almost 12 minutes of this third period as compared to the second. First line out there for Maryville University with the face-off deep in enemy territory. McKendree breaking out. Leone feeds her teammate Smothers. Smothers will just wheel out, wait for reinforcements to come, but poked away from her and out of the zone. Steinstra with it. And it'll just be dumped back in by Smothers. And they're going to call an icing. They're going to say she didn't clear mid-ice. So they'll go all the way back. And those players that McKendree was hoping to get on a change right there will have to come back out also. There's a long shift for McKendree and a good face-off opportunity for Maryville. Face-off, one back by McKendree. Garut loses it behind the nets. Loose puck in front. Closest one there is St. Louis, and now whistles blow as play is stopped. And the net is off. This will allow McKendree to get some changes. No, actually they will get called back since the net was off, and that's what stopped play. And again, with players hitting the ice, Tommy Lange has a very animated conversation with the official, is how I'll phrase it. You can tell he's not happy with a lot of the no calls that have gone throughout this game. There have been no calls both ways. So I imagine either coach is not thrilled with that. Puck loose in front. Maryville can't pick it up cleanly, and it's dumped out by McKendree University. Foot race for the puck, and it's going to be an icing. And we'll move all the way back down to that right-hand side and do it all again. It'll be that second line out there for Maryville University with their top defensive pair of Gerwitz and Brawley. The O'Brien line, the second line this afternoon for Maryville. In the corner, Maryville's got it. O'Leary now works behind the net, taken away from her. McKendree can't clear it. Kept in by Brawley. Now it's McKendree with it, and they'll just skate it out. Smothers goes up the far side, dumps, and McKendree will get a change. Cleared out by Maryville. A long two-line pass to Brooks. Brooks can't receive cleanly. It goes into the zone. McKendree has it on their stick. Now they'll look to break out. They've got a 2-on-1 opportunity. McKendree, patient. One-timer, doesn't connect. Nice defensive play by Brawley to tie up the stick of McKendree. I believe that was Atchison or Davis that tried to get that shot on net. Instead, a shot from the point for McKendree, and it's covered up. Puffault, the junior defenseman, with the shot from the point, left-hand side. And with 6:45 to play, we got a face-off in the defensive zone for Maryville University. Shots sitting in favor of McKendree, 25-23. Through 2 periods of play, they also favored McKendree, but it was a far wider margin, 20-16. Maryville can't clear, and now they finally do as it's unable to be corralled by Hobbs. Dumped in, play is clean, and it'll go to the corner on the right-hand side. Along the boards, and centered, but McKendree closest one to it. They try to clear it on a backhand. Maryville first one there. It's Oderman, but she's unable to pick it up. You never want to clear on your backhand. As 2 players in center ice are getting mixed up with each other a little bit. Maryville Saint goes to the ice, no call. Loose puck behind the net, shot on net, save and covered by Leask once again. 5:54 left to go, third period, remains a 3-2 game. Face-off coming for Maryville University. They've got their top line out there. There's a face-off coming in the far side circle in the offensive zone for the Saints. Face-off won by McKendree. That's been another key factor in this game. I feel like in a lot of cases, McKendree's been winning this face-off more frequently than Maryville has. Maryville gets it back in their own defensive zone, and they find St. Louis. Takes it up the right side boards. McKendree across mid-ice. Shot on net goes wide, and now it's Maryville picking it back up. Johnson to the far side boards, and poked ahead by O'Leary. Feeds it to Brawley. Brawley can't dump it into the zone cleanly. And sent back down by McKendree. It's Leone trying to beat Gerwitz to the puck. Theon's got it, centering feed to Smothers. Smothers didn't have her stick down. It goes right past her. Now here comes Maryville forcing the turnover. It's O'Leary up the left side boards, and she gets blatantly tripped. And again, no call from the officials. Again, we've seen it both ways throughout this contest, but a couple of times it's been blatantly obvious, in particular with trips, and it hasn't been called. Puck dumped in, and it's going to be an icing. And it wouldn't shock me if Tommy Lange, who's had some animated conversations with the officials before, takes it to another level with the next one he has with them. Face-off coming in the defensive zone for Maryville. With 4:24 left to go. McKendree takes it away in the corner, centering feed, and poked away by Maryville. Another opportunity with the turnaround shot, gets knocked aside. And finally cleared out by Maryville. It's Brooks. A applying the forechecking pressure as Davis takes it into the zone. Drop pass for Scully. Scully works it to the slot, and a feed taken away by Maryville University. They'll break out. Passed up ahead. And it goes into the corner. They were trying to feed Greenfield. McKendree takes it back over as they break out. Maryville in their own defensive zone with a stick on the puck. They're able to clear. McKendree picks it up. It's Wenzel. And taken away, it's McKendree, or Maryville rather, going the other way. Poisson with the takeaway, and again a collision with no call as two players are tied up. It's Poisson who's got to get up and out of the zone. Dumped in deep. And I believe they're going to call icing. Yes, they will. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the third period. Crunch time for Maryville University, and you wonder at what point are they going to pull the goaltender. Face off won by Maryville, back to the point. It's Arand who they want it back to. Now behind the net and sent along the far side of the boards. Kelsol's got it. Wrap around, centering feed, shot on net. No, another opportunity. Puck is still loose. Still a scrum for the puck, and finally whistles blow. Going to be covered up by McKendree somehow, some way amongst those pile of players. And are they going to call a penalty? A Bronx cheer reigns in on the officials. No, they're going to call a penalty shot. So here we go, a penalty shot opportunity for Maryville. They must have said the puck was covered by someone other than the goaltender, Leask. Here's a golden opportunity for Maryville with 2:35 left to go. The men's Saints hockey team on their feet, and it's Poisson out there. She had 2 goals last week for Maryville University. An opportunity for her first one tonight. She works it close towards us. Now back into the slots. Forehand, wrister too high. Tried to take it backhand, forehand, and was searching for that high glove side and just missed high. Score remains 3-2, 2:35 left to go. It's tough not to hang your head after that, but you can't afford to do that if you're Maryville University. Face off in enemy territory still. Won by McKendree, but they're unable to clear it. Oh, but misplayed by Maryville at the blue line. Now McKendree does clear it out, and they've got a 2-on-1 out of it. Centering feed, Davis, backhand, kicked aside by Cadrain. What a save from her. Shot from the point, and she gobbles it up. I know Cadrain, with the way the score sits now, is kicking herself for allowing the easy one to go through after she's made so many incredible saves on some tough ones, especially throughout this third period. But you got to hand it to her. She's had a nice game this afternoon. Second line out there for McKendree. Maryville from their own defensive zone. They'll reverse. Arand with it. And finally cleared by Maryville. Johnson's got it. She speeds up the near side. Shot trying to go 5-hole, and it's saved by Leask as she covers. Johnson with a head of steam. Sending a shot on net. But again, Leask throughout this game has done a nice job eliminating second shot opportunities. That one, the most recent example. Face off, won by Maryville University. Centering feed, O'Leary wide right. Now it's O'Brien fighting behind the net for it with Wenzel. Maryville takes it away briefly, can't hang on to it though, but McKendree gets it back with room to skate as they'll clear. And here we go, this could be an icing opportunity, and it will be. We're going to get a face-off once again in the offensive zone for Maryville University. Those will keep the skaters out there as well for McKendree. And they're going to pull the goaltender as well, will Maryville, with 1:33 left to go. But McKendree, they're going to want to talk this over first, and especially after the icing, give their players a chance to catch their breath a little bit. Their head coach, Derek Pilardi, will take a timeout. Again, the score right now matches the final score from yesterday's contest between these two teams at 3-2, with 1:33 left to go. And if you're Maryville, this timeout, although I still like the timeout being called by Pilardi, gives Maryville a chance to draw up a play here if they win the faceoff. They'll have an extra skater on as well, as they'll keep the goaltender, Cadrain, pulled. Meanwhile, McKendree, not really much talking going on in their bench over there. As I said, this timeout mostly just to give their players who are stuck out there a breather and get some fresh skaters out as well following the timeout. And now, Coach Tommy Lange is screaming with the official. Actually, I don't believe you can make a change even with a timeout following an icing. And that's what Tommy Lange is screaming about now. Again, this has been a game that's had some questionable non-calls throughout. That's what Tommy Lange is arguing now, is that even with the timeout, you can't change your players. And I called his conversation animated earlier. That'd be an understatement to the level he's at now. And he's just going to have to accept things the way they are. McKendree with some fresh skaters out on the ice. Face-off won by McKendree University behind their own net. They'll look to dump it out, but Maryville will keep it in. Again, Maryville playing with 6 skaters on the ice. They've got their goaltender pulled. 1:20 left to go behind the net. Fight for the puck. It's loose out in front. Coming from the second line is Kane Beats. Centering feed. Loose puck in front of the net, and it's kicked aside. It's in the corner towards us. And now the whistle is going to blow. I don't know what the whistle is for. The puck was in the corner, so you're certainly not going to say it was covered. The net was off. That's what the whistle's for. Either way, that's a tough break from Maryville. They had a chance to wheel out to the perimeter and reset. Instead, it's another face-off one by McKendree University. Maryville, they got it in the corner. Poke it back. 1 minute left to go in the period. Centering feed once again, but kicked aside. Davis has it. She'll dump it down, but picked up by Maryville University. It's Gerwitz who just dumps it back in. Maryville gets back on side, but a long feed all the way down. It's going to be another icing against McKendree University, and it'll come with 44.1 seconds left to go in the third period. I wonder if Coach Tommy Lange may use his timeout here. I think he just signaled for it. Let's see if he does. And yes, he will use his own timeout here. A chance to go over something with his team once again. The story of this game is going to be interesting when all is said and done. Right now, the difference is that goal from Kane Beats, who innocently was just trying to dump it into her offensive zone, and it somehow slipped underneath the stick of Cadrain for the third goal of the game for McKendree, giving them a 1-goal lead. That'll be a part of the story along with the officials and the non-calls throughout this game. Again, we've seen it both ways. The hit in the neutral zone for Maryville, the hit along the boards, that could have been called a boarding as well. And the hit from Poisson when she knocked the goaltender Leask not just to the ice, but she was down for some time where they actually had to stop the game. That was a no call as well. So you can't really blame it one side or the other on these no calls. Where you get worried is if someone gets hurt. These rules are there with a purpose. Basically, it's two kinds of rules. Rules to create fair play and rules for safety. And we're seeing some of these, and some of them can be for both certainly, but some of these rules covering the safety end have not been called. You look at the boarding, that's a safety rule. Tripping is kind of fair play and safety. And those are the ones that haven't been called by the officials that you really worry about when this game is all said and done. McKendree wins the faceoff, and they're just sitting on it in the corner right now, eating clock. 30 seconds left to go in the period. Maryville able to scrape it away. Can they get the puck cleanly, though? Front of the net and kicked aside, and once again, whistles blow. These two players have to be separated from one another. Are they going to say the net is off again? It's happened a number of times. And yes, the net is off once again. That's happened a number of times throughout this game in the third period when the puck is deep in the zone for Maryville offensively. The McKendree net comes off. Maryville, again, McKendree wins another faceoff. They've won every faceoff in the defensive zone ever since Maryville put 6 skaters on the ice. Poisson loses it, and it'll get out of play. 10 seconds left to go. This should just about do it. 5 seconds left to play. McKendree back on it. They'll dump it down, and that does it. Final score, McKendree University goes back-to-back against Maryville with 3-2 victories to cap off the weekend. McKendree to 2-0 on the year. Meanwhile, Maryville has dropped 2 in a row. They fall to 2-1 on the season. We'll take a break on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. When we return after this, we'll have a brief post-game for you. Post-game brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Kathy Kilo Peterson. That's coming up next on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. score 3-2. It's McKendree University taking the victory over Maryville University, and a tough loss for Maryville. This is a game that very easily could be going into overtime now. That could be the story of the game at this point, but instead, Cadrain, fantastic game from the goaltender for Maryville University. But unfortunately, the one mistake that she made is the difference in this one. Puck just dumped into the zone by Cam Beats of McKendree innocently. Cadrain wasn't able to stop it with her stick, just went right under her stick into the net for a goal. I know she's going to be kicking herself after that one, but when you look at the game collectively as a whole, I thought she did very well in this contest. But again, the loss, that's going to be tough for Maryville University to swallow. 2 losses in a row, both them to McKendree and the Bearcats. The other storyline for this game, the officials and the non-calls. You know, if Maryville was able to get on the power play in the game with the tripping non-calls that we saw, is this a different game? Are we still going into overtime? And is it a 3-3 game? That remains to be seen. So once again, the final score, 3-2. Maryville University falls to McKendree. McKendree back in action on October the 12th, right back here at the Maryville University Hockey Center, taking on the Saints. That'll have a 5 o'clock puck drop. Meanwhile, the Maryville women's ice hockey team, they'll be back in action on October the 9th at home against Lindenwood. That game has a 7:15 puck drop. On behalf of Eric producing our broadcast, I'm Sean Malone. Thank you very much for making us a part of your Sunday afternoon. This is the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Once again, final score 3-2. McKendree beats Maryville.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network thanks you for watching this presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.